Let's record this. Okay, we're recording ISO round 2. See if we get this right. Roll the intro. Today, we're talking about ISO. What is it? How does it work? How do you use it to your advantage? I guess it all really starts with the sensor. The sensor, which is hidden behind the shutter in your camera, has a certain sensitivity range. The sensor is sensitive, and you can control the sensitivity of that sensor. Damn, it's turning into a tongue twister. Being able to adjust the sensitivity of the sensor is a really cool feature that has been added to cameras over the past decade, 2 decades. I don't know how long it's been. Maybe we'll put it up on the screen. Controlling the ISO means you're controlling how much light the sensor is allowed to see. Think of it like this. If I turn my ISO way high up, that means that the image is going to be really bright. Let me give you an example. Over here is how I'm controlling the camera. Got a little laptop over here. If I turn the ISO up, that means that the sensor is more sensitive to light. That means that the light that is coming in through the lens and in through the shutter is hitting the sensor, and the sensor is saying, there's this much light coming in. But if I turn the ISO down, that means that the image gets darker. Now I have a decent amount of light flooding in from this softbox that I have above my head, and I have another light right over here that is helping light the scene. But if I took those lights away, you would see that it gets really, really freaking dark in here. Hang on, let me turn that light back on. Being able to adjust the ISO and control the sensitivity of the sensor to light is a double-edged sword. If you have a high shutter speed and a high aperture, and you're trying to get an image that is moving fast, but you want to get a lot of stuff in focus, generally that image is going to be kind of dark. So you can adjust the ISO to compensate for that. However, if you have a wide open aperture and a slower shutter speed, your image will be ridiculously bright, and you may need to adjust the ISO down to take some of that light out of the scene. So when you decide to use ISO, there's a bit of sacrifice that happens. If you take your ISO up too high, your image will become incredibly noisy. Let me show you what that looks like. Now, this is a post-production effect. This is something I am adding on just to illustrate my point. You'll notice that in the darks, there is a lot of moving noise. In a photo, that would be still noise, but the noise is still there. This is a surefire giveaway that you had your ISO up too high. There are several softwares out there that can remove this noise, but they get to be kind of expensive, and you should probably not be overexposing your images like this with the ISO. So here's a quick rule of thumb. Set the ISO as low as it can be and leave it there. There are times when you will have to adjust the ISO. There are times when you'll have to make sacrifices and take the ISO up higher than you want. However, the general rule of thumb, set your ISO to 100 and leave it there at all possible costs. That having been said, a lot of cameras have a native ISO, which means it is a setting, an ISO setting that the camera functions the best at. It's important for you to know that for your camera. You can simply Google make and model of your camera, native ISO. If you do that, you're going to find the native ISO for your camera. But that's going to change in different situations. If you're shooting in daylight and the native ISO is 400, you might not want it to be 400. You should probably back that down if you can. However, if you're shooting in the dark and you've got it at 400 and that's not enough, you might want to take it up a hair. Just remember, a little dab will do you. You should be making changes in your shutter speed and your f-stop to get more light into the camera if you ever need to take the ISO up. ISO should be the last thing you touch. If you raise it up too high, you will overexpose your image and you will have a lot of noise in there. You should go out and play with your ISO so you can understand it. Twiddle them dials. Get out there, set your f-stop to something, set your shutter speed to something, and start playing with the ISO. Understand how much is too much, how little is too little. Where is the perfect balance? That's on you. You guys are rock stars. I hope that this helps. I will be down in the comments to answer any questions that you might have, and we will catch you in the next video.